Hello, hello, Melissa May Dillon here, live on my personal page on Facebook, and then we upload this to the YouTube channel at Melissa May Dillon. And if you are on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe to that channel. If you want to watch the replay, the YouTube channel is the best place to do that, especially since Facebook is deleting the lives. And if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment about any thoughts that you're having about what I'm saying, or anything that's coming through you as you are watching this. So one of the things that I was talking about today, so I'm actually working with Victor Odo and Aaron Dowdy. So they're two huge YouTubers in the spiritual community, and I'm super excited to be running a program. They're running a program, and I got invited to help with the last week of it, and I'm super stoked about that. And so it's been on my mind to think about like entrepreneurs and starting a business, because I actually use their program. It's what gave me the permission to start my own YouTube channel and to build my business. So that was like ground zero for me. That's where a lot of different things happened. I met amazing people. I met the person who made my logo. I met a person who stumbled me into the Alpha Femme group, which is like Melanie Ann Layer, who I speak about a lot. And she has the idea of 1 million millionaires. And I'm like, we should be making tons of money. Yes, heck yes. And but I was thinking about the journey of an entrepreneur, and especially like my self-expression, and thinking about how like when we have a job, so like if we're going to a job, a W-2 paycheck, we conform to what they want us. We do what they say. We act how they want us to act. We dress how they want us to dress. We are completely conforming to the job requirements, their culture. Sometimes we have to wear a uniform. As a school teacher, I was never allowed to color my hair. And, it's funny, I was talking about how my earrings are now, like I don't have crazy hair anymore, but my earrings are my crazy, so I can take it on and off. And these are the blue ones today. Again, these were fringed in Faith. Angela Chase, she makes them out of Montana, and I have multiple different colors. The other day I was wearing the pink ones. These are the blue ones. But anyway, when we're working a job, we fully conform to the job requirements, look like what they want us to look like, talk how they want us to talk, and whatever. And when we branch off to become an entrepreneur, we still have this idea that we must conform. So we look to other entrepreneurs to see what they're doing, and we sometimes try to emulate them. We still have this kind of like, I must conform, I must fit the mold. But the thing about an entrepreneur is to have the most success as an entrepreneur is to tap into your self-expression, right? So I am one of the biggest pieces of evidence for this. As the insurance exam queen, so I'm the insurance exam queen. I help people pass their insurance exam with ease and confidence. Anybody who wants to become an insurance agent has to take and pass an exam. I teach people the most common, most tested topics, and the package that I sell helps people pass their exam at a 90% first-time pass rate or next-time pass rate if they hadn't found me before, they took their exam. And I am the GOAT of pre-licensing, and I help people pass the exam. Now, there are other instructors who help with people passing the exam. And when you think about, insurance, you kind of think corporate, old white dude in a suit, and that's what the majority of the instructors look like, and that's what you would expect to think. When you think of an insurance instructor, you think of someone in a blazer, all professional, and I don't look like that at all. In fact, when you look at my YouTube channel, the main picture of me is with a pink and yellow mohawk and a gold chain and a crop top, and I don't wear a bra. Like, I think a big piece of me when I began my business was like, I want to rebel against the system so much that I am going to be a corporate trainer who looks like a little rainbow gangster. Like, that was the vibe that I had when I started my business. And I loved it. I loved everything about what I was doing, and I fully went all in expressing myself. I had a mohawk. I dyed it pink and yellow, which was the brand colors. I had my feather earrings on. I had my gold chain on. I was wearing crop tops at the time, all the time. And I don't ever wear a bra still to this day. And that's how I showed up and made all of my videos. And I became wildly popular and successful, with people teaching the insurance exam. And I didn't fit the mold of the corporate person at all, a corporate trainer at all. I was completely unique and different in my appearance, in the way that I showed up. And it's made an impact. Like, when you go out there and say, okay, I need an insurance trainer who's going to help me learn this information, and you see a line of people who all look exactly the same, old boring white guy looking exactly the same, and then boom, you see this crazy chick with pink and yellow hair, gold chains, crop tops. It draws your attention in, and more people have flocked to me because of my appearance sometimes. In fact, there's a whole Reddit channel, a whole Reddit chain about the woman in pink hair who teaches people how to pass the insurance exam. And it makes a difference when you are an entrepreneur. And this is another key thing too. I just saw a comment in the group about this person, like, people can steal our ideas. And what's so funny is, like, that's how we know you haven't made money yet, is because you think someone could steal your idea. It is really hard to get a business going and to be successful at it. I mean, it requires a lot of work and effort beyond having a job. I like to say it is easy when you get your mindset in check, but it requires, like, most people are not willing to be entrepreneurs, and so they're not willing to put themselves on the line. So even if they have an amazing idea or they have amazing technique, if they're not willing to put themselves out there, to move beyond their fears, to work on their mindset, to work on their emotional intelligence, to move beyond other people's opinions of them, they're not going to be able to launch that business. So that's where the hard work comes in as an entrepreneur. So if someone may steal your idea, someone could steal every post that you make, everything that you do, but they cannot steal you. And you are the one that matters the most. Your unique expression, who you are and how you show up, is the most important thing when it comes to being an entrepreneur. And so even if someone were to, in fact, I've had somebody steal my entire website and make their own website with all of my content. I think they've edited it up a little bit, but they definitely told their web provider, copy her website. So I've had it happen. But, like, it hasn't impacted my business at all. In fact, I am celebrating $4,000 days every single day this week, every single day this month of a weekday, and then the weekends have been over 2K. And normally our weekends are, hovering at 1,000, and now we're at 2,000. And then our weekdays, we're hovering anywhere between like 2,500, 3,500, and now they're at 4,000. Sometimes they're way over 4,000. And now, actually, because we're also selling PDFs on a different website, our sales are almost 6,000 every day. And so my business is growing and growing, even though I've had a copycat who's taken my information and put it out there, but they cannot copy me. They cannot copy the way that I express myself. They cannot copy my energy. They cannot copy my vibe in a way that would allow them to be successful. They may look like me, act like me, talk like me. They may look like my website, but they can't actually be me. And that's what's most important as an entrepreneur. So, and truth is like the highest vibration that you can be at. And so if you're masking and copying as someone else, you're not in truth, and you're not going to find success. You may have quick momentarily success, but once people really get the vibe and see how things are, and they're like, you know what, this is not it. This is not the vibe. And so I know that expressing myself in my most unique way, putting on my crazy earrings, putting on my eyeliner, putting on my gold chains when I wear those and all that, is actually what makes my business better, because I am truly authentically expressing myself. I'm shining my bright light, and people are attracted to that. They're like, wow, like, she can show up authentically as herself. That's something I'm absolutely scared to do, but if she can do it, maybe I can do it. And then when you do it, you actually see so much success, because now you're in truth, and now you're in alignment with who it is that you want to be, who it is that you actually are. And I always talk about, like, the bank of the universe. The bank of the universe has, like, everything you ever desire in it. And when you go up to it, you have to, like, put your fingerprint on it. When you stand in front of the bank of the universe with your bank account and all the things that are meant for you and that you desire, it will not open up unless you are the one who is authentically standing in front of it. Most of us show up to the bank of the universe masking, pretending to be someone else. It's so wild. Like, we're always so afraid of being a fraud, but we're actually all walking around as frauds because we're not embodied who we authentically are. But when you actually embody authentically who you are, that's when the business flows in. That's when you see the success. So, shed the idea that you must conform a certain way, that you must look a certain way. That's what we have to do at a job. But as an entrepreneur, your power, your success comes in when you are fully expressing yourself as you want to, saying what you want to say, looking how you want to look, dressing how you want to dress, being how you want to be. When you're in alignment with that, that is when you will see the most success in your business. That is when you'll see the biggest impact, and that is when you're going to see the biggest income. So I'm going to leave you all with that. Again, you can watch this replay on the YouTube channel at Melissa May Dillon. Share a comment with me about your thoughts, and I love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.